and welcome back to a Chandler's channel. I'm Tracy, your host, and today's session is our weekly intuitive reading with Whitehawk for November 4th to 10th, 2013. So if that's what you're here for, please stay tuned. Whitehawk will be up in just a second. But as always, we touch back on the week previous, and I'm very tired today, so I'm going to pop in the handy dandy cough drop. I spoke about these in my concussion and grief videos, just about the benefit of cough drops for breaking up the congestion. So when I get tired, which I am mentally and physically tired because I had a busy couple of weekends and I need a day of rest, which I haven't had a chance to have yet. This is what happens. I get very, very tired. It all ends up in my head, in my throat. I get irritable because I need to rest. So for now, I'm just going to pop this in so that I'm not constantly clearing my throat for you guys. And I actually literally start to melt down. Like I start to sweat a lot. That's part of the so-called, meltdown. It's my body giving me wisdom saying, hey, starting to melt down, might want to take a rest. And a lot of people won't understand that in regards to if you've had a busy weekend and then you need to rest. They just continue to think that you need to go, when in actuality you don't. There's many of us who are very different. And if you're a highly sensitive person or have any sensitivity at all, like in attention and deficit hyperactivity disorder or anything like that, rest is very, very integral to our to managing our world. And look at that, I'm just starting to just sweat. Unless this is a part of the reading up and coming, which it probably is. But I'll get to it. So last week's reading, there was a few things. There was the metaphor of the wolf dressed up in a sheep. Did you meet any of those during your Halloween travels? They're very tricky to spot. And in regards to Halloween for me, I had a great Halloween with my children out and about because we took a different route. We didn't go down the busy street where everybody normally is. We went up the other streets where there were, fewer houses that give for Halloween. But you know what? Those houses were more enthused when my children arrived on their doorstep and were more appreciative of us coming there than I'm not saying they're not appreciative, but because they don't get as many children, these people were more appreciative. So sometimes you got to go where you're more valued. And that's where we went because the children had a better time. So don't go where you're not valued. Go where you're valued. Take different streets. Literally, that's what we did, right? We took different streets and we found out we were valued. Okay. And also in last week's video, Whitehawk spoke of to pay for your play with your work in the day. So it's really just about taking responsibility in your day. Sometimes we have to work before we can play. And then there's the opposite. There are those people who work too much and need to actually learn to play. So, where are you in that balance? But make sure that you're being responsible and you're just doing a little bit, whether it be around the house or at your work, get your work done, and then go have your talk at the water cooler or go have your coffee, but just do a little bit of work so you're not feeling guilty, or the boss isn't looking over your shoulder or your spouse or your teacher or whomever. Get that work done, get it out of the way, and then go play. Okay, so that's that. Let's go see what Whitehawk has to say for our week ahead as I melt down. Hopefully that has nothing to do with the week ahead. Sometimes it does. Indeed, he says. What does the week ahead hold for us all as this one, Tracy, melts down? I will not tell you it will be a huge melting down, he says, but there will be a few of you, he says, who will certainly go into meltdown mode. He says, there will be many breakdowns this week. so as to build oneself back up, he says, to be stronger, to rebuild oneself up, to be stronger, is what he's saying. Not only will there be meltdowns and breakdowns, there will be shakedowns. So if you are in any of these categories this week, he kind of waves the finger, beware. He says, beware. For your week ahead will have a scare, but not only will it have a scare, he says, there will be a huge silver lining at the end of the week for you and your ones. Now, I do not say this to frighten you, my friends. I really do not. I simply come as a forewarning for the week ahead. So do not walk being afraid that there's going to be a meltdown, breakdown, shakedown, he says, in front of you. Simply allow it to come in, wash over you, so that you may pick back up and walk on. He says, in peace and in tranquility and in super strength. My children, this is a very, very integral week, a huge part of our powering up and becoming stronger as a nation, my friends. So beware, but do not be afraid. Simply be aware, he says, perhaps is a better way of putting it. When we say beware, it's more be aware of your week ahead. But remember, that huge silver lining. And it's like I see people surfing along a silver line. It's very funny. It's like a silver hydro line or something. And for whatever reason, he's showing me, if you know Dash from the Disney's The Incredibles, the little blonde boy who's very fast. And he's not hoverboarding, he's like on a surfboard, and he's surfing across this silver line to his destination. Yeah. Using it as a means to arriving to where it is he needs to get to in a very quick hurry to help those. And Whitehawk says, indeed, my children, it is very much that. So, be aware of the week ahead, but know that you're constantly guided and supported by your ones, our ones, these ones, he says, the universal ones, he says, where you're always aware, but be constantly aware. God bless my children, God bless my children. Do not be afraid as you walk ahead in this very magically electrifying, silver-lined week ahead. God bless. And he takes off on his white horse, hi-ho silver, and off he goes. God bless. Thank you, Whitehawk. And he's got like the Lone Ranger mask on the cowboy hat, and the gun, and he's like, he says, thank you, little one. Thank you. And off he goes. So that is our message for the week ahead. So breakdown, meltdown. What was it? Breakdown, meltdown, shakedown. And be aware. And they all lead us. It's like London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. But then they built it up stronger than ever. And that's what breakdown, meltdown, shakedowns are all about. So don't be afraid of them. You are going to be stronger than ever. And I wanted to mention quickly about the November monthly reading. So I had done it a few days before October had ended, so I couldn't touch back about October. And in the in those last few days, there was a so-called metaphorical bomb that did drop in and around my life that did have a ripple effect and therefore affected me. And indeed, it was the end. So if you go listen to the October 2013 reading, in it, Whitehawk does speak about a bomb, and then a little girl hands a scroll that says the end. And so I just wanted to touch back and say that very much indeed that did happen at the very end of the month. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to the November 2013 reading, please do see what's on top for November. Our next reading is on Thursday, and I'm going to do it on karma. It's our intuitive vlog. If you have any other ideas for our intuitive vlog readings on Thursdays, please let me know. I'd love to hear it from you. Just write it in the comment box. You don't have to write anything else. Just put, I don't know, what do you want me? Intuition. You want me to do a reading on intuition, intuitive vlog on intuition? Just put intuition. That's all you have to do. All right, as always, I'm very pleased that you're here with me and very grateful that you're here with me. God bless. We'll see you next time. Subscribe. It's free. Like, comment, share. I'm Tracy for a Chandler's Channel. God bless.